Hi, my name's Maryze. I'm a queer alt pop artist in Montreal and a TikTok content creator, and you're watching Speed Date with Xtra Magazine.
In 3 words, how would you describe your music?
I would describe my music as stormy, sweet,
I don't have any money, but I still look pretty.
and sexy.
Your debut album is called 8. What is the significance of that number for you?
8 has always been my lucky number since I was a kid. I love the way it looks, how it flows into itself. It's also the infinity symbol. And I think I'm just a bit superstitious and I'm attached to the number and like how even it is. And also musically, there are 8 beats, so it just makes sense to my brain.
No excuses every day, never focus on the pain.
So your new music video, Experiments, feels quite androgynous and playful with gender and sexuality. Is that something you were exploring in the song as well?
Yeah, definitely. I feel a lot more in tune with my own gender identity and sexuality now more than ever before with any other music that I've released. So we really jumped into that with this song and with the music video as well. Kind of any feminine looks were hardened with a bit more of an edge. And then we wanted to play around and I stepped out of my comfort zone and kind of just really was in my body and feeling the theme that I wanted to portray when I was writing really came through in the music video, I would say. The music video kind of completed the whole project.
What LGBTQ2S plus musicians are you listening to right now?
I'm always listening to Jeanette King, a good friend from Vancouver. And La Fièvre in Montreal, they're a really sick witch pop francophone duo.
Il connaît l'enfer.
I'm really into Charlie XCX's new album. It's such a vibe.
You're on TikTok and have some hilarious videos, but you truly made your mom go viral. How did she feel about that?
She was not too happy about it. She didn't understand that everyone was celebrating how iconic she was. She thought people were making fun of her. And I was like, Mom, you don't get it. You've got like a whole generation of people who aspire to be as fun as you when they grow up. So it took her some time to get used to it, and she has asked me to not repost it anymore. I don't think she fully understands that it is up forever on TikTok though.
Your bilingual song, Squalettes, features Backwash. How did that song come about?
Backwash and I were billed on a few of the same shows, and I was so blown away by all her performances, and I had never really seen music like hers on the Canadian stage. So I was so excited, and we just became friends and talked about doing something, and she wanted to try something a bit more dark pop. And you would think that maybe the sound would kind of clash, but it actually flowed together pretty well. And I think we brought out some interesting nuances in each other's vocal performances. So yeah, I'm really proud of that song.
If you could collaborate with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Oh, there's so many to choose from, but maybe Caroline Polachek, because I get compared to her a lot, our sounds and voices. So it'd be cool to see what we could make together, having similar kind of influences. Then a bit more of a flashback, I would say Fall Out Boy. because I was so obsessed with them in high school, and I still am. And I would also love to collaborate with Grimes. She is Canadian, but obviously has blown up enormously all over the world. And I would like to work with her more actually for her production, because she produces all her own stuff and I really love the tracks that she makes.
You are a famous professional icicle raider.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? This could kill your whole family. It's a 20 out of 10.
What do you think of these icicles?
I have to say, I am a little terrified of this beach icicle. To me, beach and icicle don't go together. This looks like an icy octopus for me, and I don't like it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The more fear, the higher the rating though, so. If I didn't know that these were apparently larger than they seem in the photo, I would think that they were only like a few centimeters. So if I have to be honest, I'm gonna give these a 3. Some of them are even kind of like blended into each other. They're not as ominous or pointy. So this one might look a bit more inoffensive, but I think that if you were to walk out of the door and like rattle the door because it's frozen, and then they poked you in the head, it would hurt. So I would say these are like wind chimesicles, and I give them a 7. I've never really rated them live, so it's a challenge. It's fun.
Ah oui, the famous double trouble. There are 2 rows of icicles, double the icicles, double the pain, 9 out of 10.
So you were on the cover of Cult Magazine with Jeanette King, Alicia Clara, and your label manager, Sarah Armiento, and you got quite a bit of backlash for that cover. What was that about?
That was really crazy, and we got called some pretty intense names, but you know, we weren't doing anything crazy. We were all kind of just standing there in our power, I guess, and being for women and non-binary queer artists and our label manager, Sarah. And it was crazy how the internet got really upset about it. We were also wearing masks. I think that made some other people mad. But it was interesting because even if all these crazy mean words were flowing in, it was so ridiculous, and it kind of bonded us together, and we could laugh at it, and we just made some memes out of it and that kind of thing. I think it's important to remember that the internet is not always real, and the people that were upset weren't people that we really want to be part of our fan base anyway. If you're gonna call us like trash then yeah, that's kind of funny. We'll be trash. Thanks for watching Speed Date with Xtra Magazine. You can follow me at Maryze Music on all social media.